Welcome to another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Today we're making a delicious Thanksgiving Day casserole, and we're using the sweet potato, okay? And this is a take on your typical potatoes au gratin, but only we're using delicious ingredients that's going to set this casserole apart from any others you ever had. So I peeled some sweet potatoes, and to make my life easier, I got my food processor going. And you know, with the slicing disc, you can get these in a nice uniform slice. So we have that component done. Okay. Now for a sweet potato gratin, we have a lot of different earthy flavors I want to incorporate into the dish. So I started off with rendering out some imported pancetta. Okay, and it's looking like it's good to go here. And I'm just going to take it off the stove, and I just want to put it into my bowl right here, get it out of the way, because we're going to use the same pan to caramelize some leeks, okay? But in back of me, I have my half and half going, infused with a little bit of garlic, okay? And it looks like it's scalded already, so I could turn that off. All right, now, my other components for this dish, we need sweet butter, and I cleaned out my cheese bin from the refrigerator. You can use any cheese you want. I have sharp cheddar cheese, I have a little bit of Jarlsberg cheese, and some grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Nutmeg, and in this other bowl here, you see how dark and liquidy? I have some porcini mushrooms soaking, and we're getting them real soft, and we're going to add that to the leeks. But we're going to use a little bit of the soaking liquid, and we're going to put it into our half and half to give these potatoes a nice, rich, earthy flavor. Okay, so, and of course our sweet potatoes are all done. So I have 2 leeks here soaking, and I soaked them for about 3 or 4 times to dislodge all the sand, because leeks are very sandy, as is arugula and spinach. So it's your same method of really rinsing them well and soaking them in a lot of cold water. Okay, so guys, I'm going to start my leeks here. Hear the sizzle and that really good flavor from the pancetta, and we're going to get these guys going. And when I come back with this, we can assemble our delicious sweet potato au gratin. Okay, our leeks nice and caramelized, and I add the porcini mushrooms right in here after I drain them, and then I have the reserved liquid, like I said. Now I'm going to add it to the milk, or half and half, excuse me. Okay, so let me add this to the pancetta, and now we have all our layering ingredients ready to go, okay? And you know what? There's no rules with this, I'm telling you. You could put it any way you want it, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Okay, so we have a glass casserole dish, and it's buttered. I'm putting it on a cookie sheet because you know when you make the au gratin potatoes, the milk spoils over and it smokes up your house. Well, put it on a cookie sheet and you'll alleviate that problem. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle with some nutmeg, and I have some butter dotted, and I have my sweet potatoes lined up. Okay, now we're going to just sprinkle the really good stuff over the potatoes, right? I'm telling you, man, I'm so glad I'm Irish that I like potatoes. What's better than pancetta, potatoes, cream and cheese and butter all together? This is going to be outrageous. Okay, now sprinkle your cheese. Okay, don't forget, we need classic seasoning. Don't forget your salt and pepper. You know, if you don't put anything else on anything, salt and pepper is a must. Okay. Okay, more potatoes. You know what, if I have any leftover potatoes here, I'm going to brush them with olive oil, salt and pepper them, put them on a cookie sheet and throw them in the oven. You got homemade potato chips. Delicious, like little roasted potatoes, sliced potatoes. Can't get nothing better than that. Okay. A little nutmeg. Just a little now, because that's a little strong flavor. Okay, now we've got to dot some of our butter. Okay. Then the good stuff. The leeks. The pancetta. The porcini. And see how I only used a little bit? Because you know what? You have a lot of flavors going on here. You don't want to overkill any one flavor, but you got the sweetness from the leeks, the saltiness from the pancetta, the creaminess, potatoes and the cream, the cheese, salt in there too, okay? So, you know, go lightly on a lot of your seasoning. Okay. Another layer of potato. I'm thinking this could feed 6 people generously. Or maybe not. Maybe only 4 people, depending on who those 4 people are. Okay. Alright, a little bit more nutmeg. A little bit of butter. And I think this is going to be the end of my layering. I'm going to put, don't want to waste this, so let's utilize that up. Okay, let me just wipe my hands because we're going to do another hit of salt and pepper, and then now for the custard. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pour it right over your casserole. And you know what? I have exactly, look at that spillage. Okay, that's just about 3 cups worth of cream, or half and half, whatever you want to use, or milk. Okay, and then I'll top it off with some more cheese. Okay, now this is going to get it nice and crusty. But you know what? I'm going to foil it first, and I'm going to throw it in the oven at 350. And you know what? I'm going to check it in about a half an hour, and you'll see the milk will absorb into the potatoes, and it will get nice and creamy and a little bit on the thick side. And then we'll check it, and we'll take the foil off of it, and then continue to bake it. Alrighty, so when we come back, I'll show you how delicious this is going to be. Okay, our potatoes took just about 50 minutes. I checked it at 30 minutes, and it was nice and bubbly, but the potatoes were still a little crunchy. So I took the foil off, and it got nice and brown, and I scooped myself out a little bit, because you know I have to taste it. Here we go. I know it's going to be hot, but the flavors, you know, it's a perfect combination. You get the cheese and a little earthiness from the porcini mushrooms, and the good pork and salty flavor from the pancetta. It's outrageous. Now, I like that the potatoes stay together and they didn't fall apart, so try not to overcook it. And you know, I think it would be really good if you wanted to use just milk, would be wonderful too. So, you know, to keep it even a little bit lighter would be a good idea. But everybody, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and this was another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Bon appetit.